Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So I have just sweated through a 7-hour division rivals slash foot draft session. I am absolutely exhausted. I really am. But I've played about 27 hours of FIFA 23 so far. And we always do these videos of the best in every position. We do them a couple times throughout the year as the power curve kind of shifts upwards. We're going to do this video today, and I'm going to be telling you guys about a lot of players that I have personally liked so far. Now, first of all, to start this video, not every player that you think is great is going to be in this video, and this is super opinion based. And I'll be honest, like, I haven't seen every player, I haven't played against every player. I'm just going to be telling you guys the players that I have used and the players I have played against on multiple budgets that have been amazing. I'm not going to put the obvious players in here like R9 and like Pele and these players. We're going to be mainly doing golds, a few team of the weeks, but I want to keep it very like relative for everybody's budget. And you know, there's going to be some players in here that you guys may not be able to like necessarily afford. And, you know, that's good because that's going to keep you guys grinding and wanting you to, you know, get those players. So without further ado, I want to get into it. Now, guys, keepers are very, very, like, situational. I have played, like, I would say 4 keepers so far that I think have been really good. Cheapest option would be Areola. I think he's incredible. He's been very annoying to play, and I think it's really nice with his card because I think he gives a lot of nice chemistry links. You know, French in the Premier League is really nice for squad building and the way the chemistry is working this year. He would actually be my number 1 because I think for value for price, he's incredible. You guys can see I haven't even done concepts yet. Other keepers that I thought were good, I played a foot draft against Lloris, and he had saved almost every shot. He was very good. And so it looks like the value on these higher rated keepers is going to be there again this year, like it was in the last year. Other player that I actually used was Allison. I've got Mendy in my team right now, and I hate him. I think he's terrible. I had Allison in a foot draft, and I think what makes him so unique is his positioning and his speed. That's huge with his card. Sorry, not speed, reflexes. And so Allison was another player that I really liked. And then Courtois. Courtois was really good too. So those are a couple options. I mean, obviously it's annoying that 3 are in the Prem. But these were the 4 keepers so far that I felt like were really, really, really solid, that you could at least kind of get some saves from. Mendy in my team has been terrible. And it's really interesting. Like, keeper movement this year does not seem nearly as good. Just overall, keeper movement this year seems very nerfed. You really have to kind of move your keeper super early, and then at that point, it's really obvious. So it looks like they've definitely watered keeper movement down a little bit. All right, so for center backs, guys, you guys are probably going to know who to expect here, but, you know, I want to start with a cheap budget option that I thought is just out of this world good, and it's Araujo. He is crazy. He gives me the vibes of Varane because of the way, you know, his legs are in game. Like, he does the wraparound tackles. So anyone on a budget, I think you can go on the market right now and pick up Araujo for like 3,000 coins. He's very, very affordable on this game. I packed him untradeable, which shows you how easy is the, I guess you could say, pack. 4K probably for him. And then on a little bit more of an expensive budget, Koulibaly. He's in my team right now. He's my favorite center back in this game. And at this point, I've tried Lucio, I've tried VVD, I've tried a lot of premium center backs, and Koulibaly is still my favorite. His ability to kind of position himself in relevant areas and just generally tackle almost everything on the pitch. He's so good. And it's actually funny because last FIFA, at the start, my number 1 regret was that I did not complete Player of the Month Koulibaly in the Serie A. So for me, like, this totally makes sense that he is really good because last year at the start, he was also really good. So for me, makes sense, totally checks out. And so, yeah, so Koulibaly there as well. And then, you know, a couple other center backs. I think VVD is very good, but if I were to give like a 3rd place, I would actually say Koundé. Koundé has really impressed me. Koundé was so good when I played against him in draft and in rivals. So I'll definitely include Koundé in this video. And again, I don't want this video to be super long. We always end up making these videos really long. So I'm not going to talk too much individually about every center back. It doesn't seem that his strength is noticeable this year. Sometimes Koundé is a little too weak. And combined with the ability to dribble and pass, which is really important in this game, Koundé just makes for an absolutely crazy good center back. So yeah, Koundé in this video for sure. Other guys that I really did like, Lucio. If any of you guys are watching this video, you're a pro, or you are a, you know, very you could say a sweaty player. This is your guy, man. Lucio is really, really the real deal. I've been using him recently, and I absolutely love him. He's been kind of fluctuating between 500 and 700K, but Lucio is a serious player in this game. Very, very impressed with him. So yeah, medium high for him, and yeah, he's just got that bully feel to him, and then he's got that auto defending. I mean, look at his base defending, 91 strength as well. He actually was just like a responsive VVD that had good acceleration. So I did really enjoy Lucio, guys. I thought Lucio was very, very good. Other center backs that I think, you know, you could go with on a little bit of a cheaper option, like somewhat Klosterman. I think Klosterman is kind of in that like 15 to 25K range. And he's really good. I just had him in a foot draft. He was locking up Mbappe in the back line. He's got 91 sprint speed. It's just a mad stat that he has. Good interceptions. A little bit low on the strength, but I didn't really notice the strength. Thought he was very good. And Joe Gomez. I wanted to put Joe Gomez in here because I feel like Joe Gomez is, yeah, he's the real deal again. I was kind of questioning him like when we got the database. I didn't know if he was going to be that good, but he's very good. Very good. And it doesn't seem like, you know, the one interesting thing I would say about this FIFA is that work rates don't really seem to matter. Just my early thoughts so far playing this game, like I haven't really felt like work rates have been all that big of a deal. So, you know, make of that what you want. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe that's a good thing. It just doesn't feel like work rates are actually that crazy important. So maybe you guys have a different take. Now, let's move over to left back. We'll start there. You know, there's definitely other center backs, guys. Again, I'm just kind of talking about my experience so far. So right now on my main team, I have Alphonso Davies, and I'm in love with him. I think he's so good. I think he's so freaking good, man. I'm in love with him. I think he's so good. 4-star, 4-star. I feel like he has this ability with the pace, and when he gets forward, I've been really enjoying not sprinting this year, but doing step overs. And when I kind of bring him to that left wing spot, he feels incredible. The first day I got him, I packed him out of a foot draft. I actually hated him. I thought he was so bad. And then the second day, which was today, I've just been loving him, man. He's been defensively really good, really fast, and feels like a bit of an upgrade from last year's card. So, yeah, I do really like him. Other players that you guys could go with, Cancelo is very good. I'm using Cancelo right now as a right back, but you could play him on the left side. He's got the alternate position. He's 4-star, 4-star. He's very expensive. That's obviously like the downside with Cancelo. He's a lot more expensive than your typical left back in this game. And, you know, obviously, guys, Ferland Mendy is going to be in this group of players for the left back spot. You know, Ferland Mendy is very good, but I think to point out kind of a little bit more relative just with this left back spot to somebody we've already mentioned in the squad, I think Raum is very good. Raum is a guy that, you know, has really, really nice stats and is going to be a lot cheaper at that option, at that left back spot. You're just going to have to buy a position modifier because his starting position is left wing back, and you're going to want to get him on cam. So most of the people watching this video are going to be using probably a 4-back. Nice part is too, if you want to go 3-5-2 or swap in game or do 5-back, he's got left wing back and left mid. So very versatile player, and gets a nice link to Klosterman. So, you know, left back's a little bit smaller. I mean, obviously Mendy and Theo Hernandez are very good. So those guys don't need to be mentioned. I just haven't used them too much. I just had Theo Hernandez in a draft and had Mendy in a draft too, and I really liked both of them. Cuadrado, guys, is so good. And not only is Cuadrado really good at right back, he's also very good at center mid. I have been using him as a sub off the bench at center mid. I think the ability to skill, I think the work rates, I think the dribbling and the passing makes Cuadrado quite the card this year. I really do like him. I think Cuadrado's a sensational card to use this year. And then also other right backs, I think Reece James is like really affordable, and it's because he doesn't have a crazy base pace stat. But I just feel like everybody's already really slow this year. I think Reece James is really versatile, and I think he's one of those guys that, because he has high stamina on a base card, you can always move him to center mid. I just think it's a good card. I think it's a card very similar to like a Theo Hernandez, just a little bit less pace. I mean, he's got that stockier body type in game, and he's got that bully stats, man. I mean, 85 strength and 81 defensive awareness for a fullback at this stage of the game is absolutely incredible. We also have a team of the week Dallo right now. So that's also an interesting option. I've actually just seen his card today, and I think he looks very good for the price. 4-star weak foot, 6 feet tall, and really good stats. Again, like it's so interesting how you can move. I feel like so many of these fullbacks can play center mid in game. So I think Dallo is also a good shout, and probably one of the more obvious ones, but Kyle Walker is really good as well. This year, it seems like Kyle Walker is back a little bit. I didn't really think he was that good last year, but his base pace is just so fast. And then he's also got really good defending stats. So, yeah, these guys, again, I'm probably going to miss a couple players, but these are just the players that, off the top of my head, I can kind of really remember and am using and playing against. And, yeah, so let's go to left wing now, or left mid. First player that comes to my mind is Chiesa. Chiesa is like 20, I think he's 30K. At the moment, he's 30K, but this has been the one card that I've played against in Foot Draft that is just running through my team, and it's not really that surprising to me because the way the game plays this year, Usually Chiesa's a little bit iffy in FIFA because I think he has the average body type, a little bit stockier. But just kind of the way the game is playing, that all seems to really not matter. I mean, the player that I'm having the most success with this year is Cristiano Ronaldo, and he has like a massive pace and dribbling downgrade. So it's just interesting how certain metrics that I used to kind of think about aren't really as relevant this year. And Chiesa still, though, guys, outside foot is very important in this game, and he's got good agility as well. So I think it's something to really, look at and see with Chiesa. He's a great card for that matter. Other left wings, left mids that are, very good that I can remember. In terms of players that I'm currently using, Kingsley Coman is probably my favorite left mid that I've used in this game. I think he's sensational. I used his loan, and now I have his gold. And I'm actually using his gold as a striker right now. I've got him up top with Ronaldo because he's got high agility. The finishing, honestly, is not the best. I've definitely missed my fair share of shots with him, but for the most part, a great player at creating space. I think I need to probably give him a Deadeye. I think a Deadeye would be a good chem style to give him. I've been using basic on a lot of players this year, though. I really haven't been touching like too much of the chem styles, but Coman is a great option, and it's a nice option where you can use, you can use Davies with Coman, which is really nice, to have and potentially include in the team. Zaha is very good. I think Zaha needs to be mentioned for sure in this video. He is a serious player. I haven't seen him too much, which is interesting. And I think the one thing you have to be a little concerned about with him is the balance, potentially, and then that attack positioning. I mean, those are a bit low, but other than that, very good. What's quite interesting is I would say overall the best player I think I've used in FIFA so far has probably definitely been Neymar. Neymar has overall just been the most like OP, one of the only players in the game that you really feel like you can dribble with. He's very expensive, obviously 700k, but he's probably the best dribbler in the game, like pure dribbler. You could argue Insigne is. I don't think Messi is. I've got Messi in my team right now. I don't think Messi's like the best pure dribbler. Neymar feels like he has that in him, right? That's a part of Neymar in this game. So Neymar is very good for that. Obviously, you got to mention him. I haven't used Mane, guys, so I don't want to speak upon Mane, guys. And I'm also not going to mention a lot of heroes here, but I am going to mention a couple guys that I've played against. I'm not going to mention every single one. Son is nuts this year, right? Every foot draft I've had Son with, I've won. The guy is crazy. His shooting is crazy. His hold-up play is crazy. And I think the reason why I'm starting to figure out this game a lot, it seems like this kind of shield meta is very important to be able to do, and Son is very strong. He's always had that body type in game. He doesn't have the strength, but he's always had that body type in game that is very unique and makes him feel very strong. So I think that's why Son is so good for that position. Just kind of thinking through left mids and other players, Vinny Jr. is obviously, this is really the best card Vinny Jr. has ever had at the start. It's interesting. Like, I haven't really felt like pace is all that relevant, which is why I think I'm not as high on Vinny this year, where, like, I'm more of a fan of Neymar because I think playing slower and having a guy that's really agile in the middle is important. I think Vinny's not as agile because he has lower reactions. But, again, still a very good card. I'd say one card that, like, I think you guys would be surprised about that's very good for this game because of how slow it plays is Foden. Like, Foden's left stick dribbling is just amazing, and he's not always, like, the most used player, or people use him in the middle, but I had him in a draft, thought his finishing was good, his passing was good. I mean, he really feels like he has the package of all these stats here. High as well, so you could kind of flex him, use him as a center mid if you wanted to. I think he's really, really good. Another player that I could think of off the top of my head is Rafael Leao. And this would be a really good pickup for any of you guys on a budget. Leao is how do you spell Leao? I'm like so tired, man. Leao, boom, got it. But yeah, Leao, a lot of people saying they don't love him, but I think the way you have to use Leao is a lot of the shield button, a lot of just turn and shoot. I think like this would be the same reaction a lot of people would have if they tried Ronaldo at first, because these players play a lot different this year. Turn and shoot and then do the outside foots. It's very good, and he's got the flare trait as well and the finesse shot trait. So Leao is going to be totally banging him in. Luis Diaz, I've got him right now. I don't know if I mentioned him, but I've got him coming off my bench right now in my main team. So I do really like Diaz. And then just kind of looking through flipping on the side, that seems to be pretty much it, guys, I think, for left wings and left mids. I've probably missed someone. I did play Danjuma earlier. I thought Danjuma was pretty good. But other than that, I think we're going to move on to the center mid position. So first of all, I want to go through my club and kind of show you guys what I have in my club for the midfield position. And Nkunku is probably the top of my list this year. These guys so special in this game. The only downside with Nkunku is you do notice at times his 3-star weak foot passes are very poor. That's the only really thing I've really noticed him, because I'm actually playing out as a left mid right now. But what a card. Very incredible card in this game. I've played against Pedri. It seems like him and Inform Modric, just to mention two players, are two players that are actually really unique if you play a slow build-up style. Seems to be these passing, high dribbling players are very, very good in their positions. So those two guys are also players that I would totally mention. Cheaper budget guys, I think Tchouaméni, Musiala, Camavinga are really good options. I think for the actual most overpowered center mids in this game, Renato Sanchez is the most overpowered. Like, he plays so much better than an 80 rated card. He's been in my team for every single Rivals game I've played so far. He is out of this world good. And then Fred, right? Like, I haven't used Fred, but Fred has been a magician in the midfield. And I think the reason is that 89 agility, 88 balance, 87 reactions, combined with the 83 short passing. The 52 strength just doesn't seem noticeable on Fred's card. So I've been feeling like Fred is just absolutely crazy in this game. Llorente is very good. Same thing with Valverde, although I would probably prefer Llorente. I think Llorente is pretty good this year. Again, with the 88 pace. 68 balance, you're not sure there, but really good passing and obviously very versatile. You can play him as a right back or a right mid. Obviously, that's very good as well. Goretzka is also somebody to mention. Goretzka is incredible in this game. He's nothing short of brilliant. He's been compared to by many people in my chat as the German Hullet. So Goretzka is totally going to be in this video. De Bruyne, I picked up his inform today, and I think he's probably now the actual overall like best center mid that I've used. His presence of his passing, his physical, his long shot ability. It's a really, really unique card. I bought him before he went out of packs, so I picked him up for $3.90. I absolutely love him. De Bruyne always in FIFA has been like one of my favorite cards, though. He's got the high. His runs are really crazy. And look at this card. I mean, for the way this game plays, 95 vision, 95 crossing, 94 short passing. It's a very, 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 very special card. And then, like, we do have, two new heroes that I could think of that are crazy that I've used in drafts so far, just to mention these two players. Yaya Toure is like, it feels like he's a better Vieira because he can go forward. I just had him in my draft. He is out of this world good. I scored my first power shot with him. And Marquisio, I have not used this card, but Marquisio, I would be shocked if he's not good in this game because he's got all 80 stats. He looks like a freaking 9-goal team of the season. High as well on him, 4-4. So that card's got to be phenomenal. Somebody, that's coming back to my recollection as I'm very tired, guys, but is cool. I've played him in Foot Draft, and he is very good as well. He's a left wing, but yeah, this card is really good too. 4-3. All these like skill move weak foot. The only thing I can really like tell you guys that I feel like really matters this year is having 4-star weak foot. I haven't really like skills are good, but man, they're not a necessity this year. It's a lot about passing and left stick dribbling. Doesn't feel like skills are as much of a necessity in this game. So other players in the midfield that are very good, guys. Conte, Frankie de Jong, these players are going to offer you a lot. I would probably actually prefer de Jong than Conte this year just because I feel like de Jong is a better player at building out. I think passing and dribbling is a very unique thing to have in this game. And then really cheap options, the players you could go for, I really think Tonali, Kessie, and if you're trying to go even like really cheap, as we had talked about before, for the lowest rated, I would recommend Fred. I think Fred is probably your go-to for the ultimate, cheapest option. Right wings, there's a lot to kind of go over. At the moment, the right wing that I'm using that's my favorite is Messi. Messi is my favorite, right wing right now that I'm using in my team. I've played 33 matches with him. I've got 31 goal contributions. The low doesn't seem to matter. His runs are fine. And his left stick is really good. But even then, it's crazy because, like, with this, usually with a FIFA, if you get your hands on Messi in the first week, you're moving different with the left stick. And it doesn't feel that crazy with Messi. But where I really notice him, his shooting and his passing, it's super ultra elite. And it's very, very good. Mo Salah on the wing is very good. Diaby's very good at the right wing spot. You could swap Llorente in game there. He's very good. Ousmane Dembele and Rafinha are probably, for the budget guys, the best, like, ultra cheapest options. You don't want to forget about St. Max on the other side. But I think Ousmane Dembele, a lot of pros actually like him more than Messi this year, which is, definitely interesting. For me, guys, Rodrigo is good. For the guys that are looking for that player that's not Messi that's at that price, and I know he's more expensive, Anthony has been nuts. I played him in Rivals today, and he was just moving different. Everybody I've spoken to about Anthony is saying that they love him. High agility, high acceleration, 5-star skills. It all makes sense. And just for a really cheap option, I would recommend Lucas Moura. I've been using him in draft. He's been killing it. All right, strikers. I'm going to start off with two that are probably a little bit more obvious, but Ronaldo and Haaland. Now, I'm going to say this right now, right? Ronaldo, in my opinion, has been the most effective player I've used in this game so far, outside of Son and Foot Draft and Neymar and Foot Draft. And I've been using Ronaldo in Rivals, and it's funny because you're looking at it, I don't put an engine on him. I don't think dribbling is the necessity. I needed to boost the shooting and the pace. Ronaldo, for me, guys, in 20 games in Rivals, and I'm in like D6 now, almost D5, 23 goals and 6 assists. He is incredible. He's incredible. And once you learn how to use him with the shield, quick turns, quick shot fakes to get to his shot, he's nuts in this game. So I'm going to be surprised if I sell Ronaldo. I think, obviously this is for people that are very, rich watching this video with coins in FIFA. Ronaldo is going to be your guy. Haaland as well is very good. I think Haaland is tough, though, if you're trying to do a passing build-out playstyle. I've kind of realized that myself today. He's more for that get-in-behind role, but Haaland is the real deal this year. And what's in common between these two? They have absolutely insane finishing stats, right? Now, in terms of strikers that, we've got two new heroes this year. I did want to mention these guys. Obviously, Ginola is the obvious one. Govu is nuts. Had him in 3 drafts. He's taken me to 3 draft victories. He's nuts. His shooting in the box is crazy. His left stick is good. And again, his shielding is god tier. So really enjoy Govu. And Smolarek as well, the new hero. I haven't tried Voller yet, guys. Voller does look really good. Smolarek as well. Now, these are always obviously really expensive players. So I know that, I don't mean to keep you guys pressed about that. I know they're a bit more expensive. Mbappe is, the obvious one. Let's kind of end the video out with a couple cheaper options. I was not the largest fan of Jota, guys. I did try out Jota. I'm going to be honest, I did not love Jota for some reason. I'd have to go ahead and try him again. Felix, for me, the mid to low tier option, Felix seems like the best value overall because he has skills. He's got 80 shot power with a 4-star weak foot. Felix seems like the best value overall for that level. Ben Yedder, today I played somebody who was spamming, I think it's R1 dribbling, was crazy with the left stick. He was nuts and really hard to defend. And I'd probably also put Correa in that category. If you guys haven't checked out Correa's card, he is so good in this game. He's so good. If you put Correa and Ben Yedder up top and you learn how to play slow and left stick dribble, you are going to win a lot of matches in this game. 90 agility with 86 finishing. It's a remarkable card. I haven't, again, last player I wanted to kind of put in here that I haven't really had experience with is Timo Werner. But I've had some viewers tell me that they've got the most incredible goal-to-game ratios with Timo Werner. So I think that's relevant to point out. Muriel is probably there too. Muriel for the Serie A option. Richarlison in this game for probably the cheaper, Prem option. I think you've got shouts for those players. And yeah, guys, I mean, look, these are just the players in my experience. So if you enjoy this video, guys, drop a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments who you guys are using. These are the players that I've enjoyed and played against the most, struggled against the most, liked the most. And so again, it's an in my opinion video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Thanks for watching.